Should Kyle and Dorit give it another shot? Yes or no? I kind of feel like you should let it.
Stop everything you're doing right now because Andy Cohen has just been exposed in the most explosive Real Housewives scandal of all time. Dorit Kemsley has brutally rejected Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne's tearful apology as the two disgraced stars broke down crying and begged for mercy on their knees in court, while a shocking $25 million bombshell ruling has left everyone speechless. That's right, the man who runs the entire Bravo empire is now dragged into the chaos. Sources say a secret recording has surfaced showing Andy Cohen knew about the violent plan against Dorit. Kyle was sobbing uncontrollably, pleading, "We're sorry, we lost control," while Erika's voice cracked as she begged Dorit for forgiveness. But Dorit looked them dead in the eyes and delivered one ice-cold rejection that shook the entire courtroom. The tension was unbearable. The judge's $25 million ruling has sent shockwaves through Beverly Hills. How did the most powerful man in reality TV get caught in this firestorm? Stick around because the full emotional breakdown, Dorit's savage rejection, Andy Cohen's shocking involvement, and the next devastating twist that could end careers and the entire franchise is about to drop, and trust me, you are not ready for what comes next in that courtroom. To truly understand how Andy Cohen got exposed and how Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne ended up crying and begging for mercy in court while Dorit Kemsley delivered a brutal rejection, you have to go back to the deeply toxic and rotten foundation of the most powerful sisterhood in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. For nearly a decade, Dorit Kemsley, Kyle Richards, and Erika Jayne ruled the franchise like untouchable queens. They defended each other fiercely at every reunion, vacationed on private jets, partied like royalty, and publicly swore they were sisters for life. On camera, they hugged, cried together, and preached loyalty above everything. But behind the glamorous filtered posts and expensive champagne toasts, jealousy, betrayal, and deep resentment had been quietly destroying their friendship for years. The problems started brewing during Dorit's terrifying armed home invasion in 2021. While she was drowning in trauma and desperately begging for emotional support, Kyle was distracted by her own crumbling marriage to Mauricio and slowly began distancing herself. Erika, still bitter from her massive financial scandal, started mocking Dorit behind her back, calling her poor me, attitude exhausting, and her money stories shady. Passive-aggressive comments turned into icy silence. Group chats went dead. Luxury trips became silent battlegrounds. Then came the jaw-dropping $287,000 revenge shopping spree, while Dorit's $6.5 million Encino mansion was heading toward foreclosure. PK weaponized everything in court. The tabloids destroyed her reputation. And the two women Dorit trusted most? They completely vanished when she needed them the most. That painful betrayal didn't break Dorit, it turned her ice cold. Over the next 2 years, she secretly recorded hundreds of hours of private conversations, exposing Kyle and Erika laughing about her trauma, admitting they leaked her financial documents to the press, and actively plotting to get her fired from the show. But here's where Andy Cohen enters the picture. Insiders now reveal that the Bravo boss had been quietly involved behind the scenes for a long time. He allegedly encouraged Kyle and Erika to handle Dorit and protect the franchise's image at all costs. What started as small disagreements and petty jealousy had grown into a full-blown war, and Andy Cohen was right in the middle of it, pulling strings from the top. The sisterhood didn't just break. It exploded into all-out war. And that war eventually turned violent, leading to the night that put Kyle and Erika in handcuffs and dragged Andy Cohen's name into the courtroom firestorm. Now brace yourself because today's courtroom hearing turned into the most explosive and humiliating moment in Real Housewives history. The moment Kyle Richards and Erika Jayne entered the courtroom wearing ankle monitors, the tension was suffocating. Kyle's eyes were swollen from crying. Erika tried to look composed, but her hands were trembling. They both stood before the judge and did the unthinkable. They broke down and begged for mercy. Kyle went first, her voice shaking as tears streamed down her face. "Dorit, I'm so sorry. We let jealousy and fear destroy our sisterhood. We were wrong. Please forgive us." Erika, Fighting back sobs, added desperately, "We came to your home that night out of pure rage. It was a horrible mistake. We'll do anything to make this right." The entire courtroom fell silent as these two powerful women begged on their knees for forgiveness. For a moment, it looked like their emotional apology might soften the situation. But then Dorit's lawyer delivered her brutal response. Dorit rejects their apology completely. Words mean nothing after they broke into her home, physically attacked her, and tried to silence her forever. This was premeditated violence. The rejection was ice-cold and merciless. Kyle collapsed into heavy sobs, covering her face, while Erika looked devastated and broken. But here's where the first major twist hit like a thunderbolt. Just as the judge was about to respond, Dorit's legal team dropped a bombshell, a secret recording featuring none other than Andy Cohen himself. In the audio, the Bravo boss is heard telling Kyle and Erika, "If you have to get physical to make her delete those tapes, then do what you need to do. We'll handle the consequences later." She cannot be allowed to destroy this franchise. When this recording was played in court, the entire room gasped. Kyle started crying even harder, whispering it wasn't supposed to go this far, while Erika looked furious and trapped. The judge's face changed instantly. He slammed his gavel and warned that this new evidence could lead to conspiracy charges against all three. Then came the second bombshell. The judge ordered Kyle and Erika to pay a staggering $25 million in damages and fines to Dorit for physical injuries, emotional trauma, and loss of privacy. The amount left everyone in the courtroom stunned. Dorit's team also presented medical reports proving she suffered a concussion, deep neck bruises, and severe ongoing PTSD from the attack. The judge ordered both women to remain on ankle monitors, banned any contact with Dorit, and scheduled another urgent hearing in 10 days. This was no longer just a personal feud. Andy Cohen's alleged involvement had turned it into a franchise-threatening scandal. Kyle was heard whispering through tears, "We've lost everything," while Erika sat frozen in complete disbelief. The emotional apology, Dorit's savage rejection, and the $25 million ruling have taken this war to a whole new level. But even this shocking courtroom meltdown isn't the end, because what leaked right after the hearing is about to make the $25 million ruling look small. But just when the courtroom thought the drama had reached its peak, a second devastating twist exploded that changed the entire case forever. Right after the judge announced the shocking $25 million ruling, Dorit's legal team submitted even more explosive evidence. A series of emails and messages showing that Andy Cohen had not only known about the planned attack, but had allegedly encouraged Kyle and Erika to handle Dorit before she could release more damaging tapes. The new evidence was so clear and damning that the judge immediately called for a short recess. When the session resumed, Kyle was visibly shaking and sobbing louder than before, while Erika looked completely defeated and furious. The judge warned both women that this new evidence could lead to serious conspiracy charges against them and possibly others at Bravo. Within minutes of the hearing ending, the internet went completely nuclear. Clips of Kyle and Erika crying and begging for mercy spread like wildfire. Hashtag Andy Cohen exposed and hashtag 25 million ruling shot to #1 worldwide on Twitter with over 14 million posts in just hours. TikTok is flooded with side-by-side videos of their emotional courtroom breakdown next to their old loyalty speeches, racking up more than 105 million views overnight. One viral thread with 5.3 million views wrote, "Andy Cohen telling them to get physical? This is the biggest scandal in Bravo history. Dorit ate them alive." TMZ dropped exclusive footage from outside the courthouse showing Kyle being helped into a car while still in tears, and Erika storming off angrily. Major sponsors are now panicking and pulling out, with one telling insiders, "This has gone from juicy drama to a complete legal and moral disaster." The rest of the cast is in total shock. Garcelle Beauvais reportedly texted friends saying, "This is heartbreaking. I never thought it would reach this level." Sutton Strake was allegedly seen crying while watching the hearing footage. Lisa Rinna deleted her recent posts after a cryptic story that simply read, "Unbelievable." But the real chaos is happening at Bravo headquarters. Executives are holding emergency meetings around the clock as the network faces the possibility of massive lawsuits and reputational damage. One high-level insider claims Andy Cohen is in full damage control mode and is furious and terrified about what might come next. Yet even this level of destruction isn't the final blow. Insiders close to Dorit say she is preparing to release one more piece of evidence in the next hearing, something so personal and damaging that it could not only increase the $25 million ruling, but also bring down more powerful figures at Bravo. Hold on tight, because the war is far from over. The internet has completely exploded into chaos, with the shocking courtroom scenes spreading like wildfire across the globe. The moment clips of Kyle and Erika crying and begging for mercy went viral, hashtag Andy Cohen exposed, and hashtag Dorit rejects apology shot to #1 worldwide on Twitter, with over 19 million posts in less than 24 hours. TikTok is drowning in reaction videos, slow-motion breakdowns of Kyle's tears, Erika's desperate face, and Dorit's ice-cold rejection, already crossing a staggering 142 million views overnight. The comment sections have turned into an all-out battlefield. One viral Twitter thread with 6.2 million views declared, Andy Cohen telling them to get physical? Dorit rejecting their apology was pure justice. This is the downfall of the entire Housewives empire. On the other side, furious fans are defending Kyle and Erika. A Reddit post that gained 118,000 upvotes says, their apology looked sincere. Dorit is enjoying destroying them. This witch hunt has gone too far. The divide is brutal and deeply personal. Team Dorit is celebrating her strength and demanding full payment of the $25 million plus jail time, calling Kyle, Erika, and even Andy Cohen hypocrites who finally got exposed. Team Kyle and Erika is accusing Dorit of being heartless and vengeful, claiming their emotional apology was real and the $25 million ruling is excessive. Inside the Housewives cast, the fear is palpable. Garcelle Beauvais reportedly sent frantic messages saying this is heartbreaking to watch. No one is safe anymore. Sutton Stracke was allegedly seen crying while watching the hearing footage. Lisa Rinna deleted her Instagram stories after posting and removing a single line. This is insane. Even Teddy Mellencamp liked several posts supporting Dorit's strong stance. But the real earthquake is happening at Bravo headquarters. Executives are in full-blown crisis mode, holding emergency meetings around the clock. Multiple major sponsors have already pulled their funding, calling the situation toxic, criminal, and completely out of control. One high-level anonymous executive told insiders, "This isn't reality TV anymore. This is a public relations nightmare that could end the entire Real Housewives franchise forever." Andy Cohen has gone completely radio silent. Insiders say he is both furious and terrified of what might come next. A source close to him whispered, he never imagined his biggest stars and his own name would end up in this kind of mess. Yet, even with all this chaos and destruction, the biggest bombshell is still waiting to drop in the next hearing. But even with the emotional apologies, the brutal rejection, the $25 million ruling, and Andy Cohen's shocking exposure, the real nightmare is still unfolding behind the scenes. According to a bombshell leak from inside the courthouse that just surfaced, Dorit's legal team is preparing to submit one final piece of devastating evidence in the next hearing. A secret phone call recording from just hours before the violent attack, where Andy Cohen is allegedly heard giving direct instructions to Kyle and Erika on how to handle Dorit permanently. In the chilling audio, the Bravo boss is reportedly heard saying, "If she refuses to delete the tapes, do whatever is necessary. We cannot let her take down the entire franchise." When this tape is played in open court, it could turn the case from a personal feud into a massive conspiracy scandal that threatens the future of the whole Real Housewives empire. Insiders say Kyle completely broke down again after hearing about this new evidence, while Erika is reportedly furious and desperate. Dorit's team has made their position crystal clear. They are not backing down for anything. Dorit herself issued a powerful statement saying, "Their tears and apologies mean nothing. They came to destroy me with help from the top." Now the truth is coming out. The judge has scheduled an urgent follow-up hearing in just 7 days. Sources claim he is taking the new evidence extremely seriously and may increase the financial penalty even further while considering criminal referrals. Bravo executives are now in total panic mode, with strong rumors that the network is seriously considering canceling the entire Beverly Hills franchise to save itself from total collapse. The stakes have never been higher. Kyle and Erika's careers are hanging by a thread. Their reputations are in ruins. Andy Cohen's legacy is under fire, and their freedom is at real risk. This story is spiraling faster than anyone can control. Will the new tape be played in open court? Will the $25 million ruling turn into something even bigger? Will Andy Cohen be forced to testify? Or will a last-minute settlement try to save what's left of the empire? The courtroom war is reaching its most dangerous and explosive point yet. The next hearing will decide the fate of everyone involved. Stay locked in because part 2 is going to be even darker, more shocking, and more devastating than anything we've witnessed so far. Oh my God. Can you even process what just happened in that courtroom? Dorit brutally rejected Kyle and Erika's tearful apology while they cried and begged for mercy. The judge dropped a shocking $25 million ruling, and Andy Cohen himself has now been exposed in the middle of this explosive scandal. This is the darkest and most devastating chapter in Real Housewives history. Now I need to hear from you right now. Drop your hottest and most savage take in the comments below. I read every single one. Do you think Dorit was right to brutally reject their apology? Or should she have shown some mercy? Was the $25 million ruling fair or too harsh? Should Kyle and Erika face actual jail time for the violent attack? And most importantly, if that final tape with Andy Cohen is played in the next hearing, should the entire Real Housewives of Beverly Hills franchise be canceled forever? Type Team Dorit if you support her strong stance and want full justice. Type Team Kyle and Erika if you feel their apology was sincere and they've suffered enough. Be honest. Be brutal. The more controversial and fiery your comments, the faster this video spreads. If this courtroom bombshell shocked you, smash that like button right now. Smash it even harder if you want to see the full $25 million paid and real consequences for everyone involved. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. This was only part 1. In part 2, I'm exposing what happens in the next hearing, whether the new secret tape with Andy Cohen gets played, if the $25 million ruling increases, and Dorit's next powerful move that could end the entire franchise. The apologies have been rejected. The money has been ordered. The exposure is real. And the next 7 days will decide who survives this war and who gets completely destroyed. Turn on your notifications and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. What's your verdict? Comment right now.